Councilman Steak is taking
Technical.
it.
It's very technical.
That's a great question. That's a great question. I don't have a great answer, but I think it's something that we need to look at as a community. When the Cumberland Farms proposal was defeated the first time, I did meet with someone from Rhode Island Housing, Mike Melito, and John Swin, the former Economic Development Director for the state, and talked to the property owner about a mixed-use development on that property that would have retail and affordable housing. I'm disappointed that we just don't seem to have no activity in that area, no attempt to get funding from the
10
state,
seconds.
and no action. So thank you for raising the question.
Sarah?
I think that's an excellent question, and I really feel like the cost of rents and housing have skyrocketed in the last 3 years even. I see it all the time when I look at all the applications for a simple $700 a month. I have one, my lowest is $650 a month. And these are desperate people. They really want a place to live, but they have some scar or difficulty on their in their background check, or the I don't know. It's just really difficult for people to find affordable housing, and I feel like we all need to chip in and do what we can and look for solutions in the community. And if anybody has a good option, we would love to hear about it, because there are a lot of people out there who need
10 seconds. Thank you. Councilman Farina.
Yeah, I agree with Councilman Stikos and former Councilwoman Lee. There does need to be more of an effort on affordable housing in our city. A big issue you're seeing now is you're seeing mostly single-family housing developments, and the 30% rule on low-income housing does not apply when you're building homes one at a time. Typically, it's when you're building a community or some type of multi-house development like an MPD that Councilman Stikos was talking about. We just haven't seen a lot of those being developed in the last 8 to 10 years. Most of the focus has been on commercial and houses. I would advocate that anybody building a commercial building or a commercial rental development that's going to have some type of component, it has to have the mandated 30% affordable housing mandated by state law.
Councilman Hokkien.
Thank you. Earlier, Councilman Steakhouse brought up the BASF property, 22 acres along Mill Street. Is there a possibility, again thinking off my cuff, to get the federal government to come in and clean that neighborhood up the way they should have 20 or 30 years ago when they closed the place, and use that for affordable housing? It seems to be a logical place in the city where there is 22 acres, but we need to get the federal government involved in cleaning it up.
Anyone else? Gail.
I'm just going to talk about this from a personal point of view. I live in an apartment complex. My landlord is Mr. Karpe, well, not Mr. Karpe, no, but Karpe Corporation. We have been seeing rent raises, but we're not seeing any raises in our Social Security or our pensions. And when I think about Garden City and talking about mixed usage, why can't we think of something like that for elderly, for people who are living on pensions and limited incomes? It is very difficult to find an affordable apartment, and it doesn't seem that that's right. And I think if we can look at the whole picture and not just the bottom
10 seconds.
line, we might get some affordable housing if people were willing to give up $40 here for more money over here.
Thank you.